Number 1. From negligence to ruin, the path is quiet. No alarms, no warnings, just small choices, tiny delays, harmless excuses. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You convince yourself you deserve a break. You scroll, you drift, you waste. And while you sleepwalk through your life, the world moves on without you. Understand this. Life does not punish you loudly. It punishes you in silence. Missed opportunities, lost respect, doors that never open again. You call it bad luck, fate, kismet. But in Machiavelli's eyes, it's something simpler: negligence. Failure to act when action was required. Failure to think when strategy was needed. Failure to harden your mind when the world demanded strength. You are not ruined by one big mistake. You are ruined by 1,000 soft moments. You think you're a good person. You think intention is enough. It's not. The world doesn't pay you for intention. It pays you for impact, for results, for power. And power does not belong to the distracted. It does not belong to the emotional. It does not belong to the man who keeps saying inshallah one day, but never sharpens his will. Look around your life. Every weak boundary, every toxic person you allow, every hour you donate to nothing, every time you stayed quiet when you should have spoken. That is negligence. That is you signing a slow death contract with your own potential. Tonight, I want you to see yourself the way a cold strategist would. No pity, no excuses, no romantic story, just outcomes. Just cause and effect. If your life is not where you want it to be, it's not because you're cursed, it's because you've been careless with your time, with your energy, with your focus. From this moment on, I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to weaponize you, to strip away the softness that keeps you breakable, to show you how to become someone the world cannot ignore, or touch, or break. But first, you have to accept one brutal truth. Your negligence built your prison. Only your discipline will smash it. Number 2, negligence is not an accident. It is a habit, a system, a lifestyle. You didn't just become this way, you trained yourself. Every time you chose distraction over discipline, you rehearsed your own downfall. Every time you swallowed your anger instead of turning it into action, you rehearsed submission. You got good at being weak. You became fluent in avoidance. You turned delay into an art form. You turned later into a religion. Machiavelli would not call that kindness or softness. He would call it self-betrayal. You think you're being humble? You're not. You're hiding from your own potential because you're terrified of what it demands. Responsibility, focus, consistency. You want the crown without the weight, the respect without the risk, the power without the pressure. Life doesn't work like that. Power does not fall into negligent hands. It is seized by men who are willing to make themselves sharp. And sharpness is painful. It cuts away your illusions. It slices through your excuses. It exposes the truth. You're not behind because the world is unfair. You're behind because you let the world set your pace. Look at your day. How many hours do you actually control? How many are stolen by endless scrolling, gossip, cheap entertainment, emotional drama that gives you nothing back? Negligence is not just what you forget to do. It's what you allow to keep happening. The same people draining you. The same routines weakening you. The same mental loops tiring you. You are like a king who leaves his gates open and wonders why his city is always under attack. Machiavellian thinking starts here. Assume no one will protect you. Assume no one will remind you. Assume no one will save you. Your mind is your kingdom. Guard it or lose it. If you continue as you are, your ruin isn't a possibility, it's a guarantee. But if you choose to see your negligence as treason against yourself, something changes. You stop being casual with your time. You stop being cheap with your attention. You stop being available to everything and everyone. And for the first time, you begin to look dangerous to others and to the weaker version of you that still wants to stay asleep. Number 3, understand something Machiavellian to your core. People judge you by what you project, not by what you intend. You can have a good heart, pure motives, a sincere soul. If your life looks like failure, the world will treat you like failure. Harsh, unfair, real. The game of power is visual, symbolic. People respond to signals, your posture, your boundaries, your tone, your results, your ability to say no. Right now, negligence has made your signal weak. You apologize too much. You explain too much. You tolerate too much. You show up late to your own life and wonder why no one treats you as a priority. In Machiavelli's world, appearance is a weapon. You must look controlled even when you're bleeding inside. You must look focused even when you're tired. You must look like a man who knows where he's going, even if you're still drawing the map. Negligence makes you sloppy, in speech, in clothing, in habits, in emotions. You walk like you carry nothing. You speak like nothing is at stake. You behave like your time is cheap. So people treat it as cheap. They cancel on you. They disrespect your boundaries. They feel safe wasting your hours because you do it first. You want to be untouchable? Start by becoming untouchable in standards. No more casual self-neglect. No more letting your room, your body, your work, your relationships fall into chaos while you call it just a phase. You are broadcasting your value every second. And right now, negligence is your marketer. Fire it, replace it with intentional presence. When you enter a room, your body should say, I am awake. I am not here to be played with. I am not here to be drained. I am not here to be background noise in someone else's story. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to be arrogant. You just need to be precise in what you tolerate, in how you move, in what you choose. Power respects clarity. Weakness hides behind confusion. Decide who you are becoming, then let every gesture, every word, every silence send that same message. This man is not to be wasted or ignored. Number 4, your emotions are not sacred. They are tools. They are levers. They are signals. In the wrong hands, they are weapons used against you. In your hands, properly trained, they are power. Negligence with emotion is one of the fastest roads to ruin. You let anger explode instead of being converted into action. You let sadness turn into paralysis instead of reflection. You let fear talk you out of the very moves that would free you. You think feeling deeply is enough. It isn't. Stoicism is not about being numb. It's about being the master of your inner storm. The world will provoke you. People will disrespect you. Life will strip things away from you without warning. You cannot control that, but you can control the space between stimulus and response. That gap is your throne. Sit on it. You want to be untouchable? Learn to be calm under the worst news. Learn to be composed when everyone else is losing their mind. Learn to pause before you answer. That pause is where weak men destroy themselves and strong men build empires. Machiavellian psychology is cold for a reason. When you remove emotional fog, you see the board clearly. Who is using you? Who is lying? Who is loyal? Who is dangerous? Feel your emotions, yes, but never let them sit in the driver's seat. Your feelings are passengers. Your principles drive. Your strategy holds the map. If someone can push your buttons, they can steer your life. If they can trigger you, they can trap you. Never give that power away for free. From now on, when a wave of emotion hits you, don't say, I can't help it. Say, interesting, a signal. What is this telling me, and how can I use it? That shift alone separates you from 90% of people. They react, you respond, they explode, you adjust, they drown in feelings. You turn feelings into fuel, cold, calm, controlled. That is how you become emotionally untouchable. Number 5, strategy is the language of power. Negligence is the language of victims. You can't be both strategic and careless. You must choose. Machiavelli saw life as a chessboard. Positions, timing, leverage. Most people move like it's a playground. They jump into commitments with no plan. They share secrets with no filter. They give loyalty without testing. They make big decisions based on mood, not on map. And then they cry when the consequences arrive on schedule. You say you want power. Where is your plan? Not your dreams. Your plan. What is your next 6 months of disciplined action? What skills are you building? What weaknesses are you eliminating? What resources are you quietly stacking? If you can't answer, you're not serious. You're entertained by the idea of power, not committed to the work of it. Strategic thinking starts with brutal honesty. Where are you exposed? Financially, emotionally, socially, professionally? Who can hurt you with one decision, one message, one secret, one screenshot? That's leverage. And right now, they have it, not you. Being untouchable means reducing the number of people who can destroy you, minimizing unnecessary dependence, diversifying your income, guarding your reputation, controlling your narrative before someone else does. Every day you drift, you give someone else more leverage. A boss, a partner, a stranger online. A system that doesn't care if you sink. Machiavellianism is not about being evil. It is about understanding power so deeply that you are never blindsided by it. Make small, strategic moves daily. Wake up earlier. Learn a high-value skill. Build a strong body. Cut one useless habit. Distance yourself from one draining person. These are not random self-help tricks. They are micro-strategies, each one closing a vulnerability. Each one making you a little harder to corner, a little harder to break, a little more untouchable. Number 6, power is not created in isolation. It's created in networks, in alliances, in carefully chosen connections. Negligence with people is social suicide. You keep emotional parasites around because you're afraid of being alone. You tolerate disrespect because you're addicted to attention. You trust too fast because you're hungry for validation. Then you act surprised when betrayal knocks on your door. Machiavelli would laugh, not because he's cruel, but because the pattern is obvious. You cannot be careless with who sits at your table. Your circle is your climate. It can either harden you or rot you. Look at the people around you. Are they sharpening your mind or dulling it? Are they challenging your excuses or feeding them? Are they building their own lives or just spectating everyone else's? If your circle is soft, your future will be too. Being Machiavellian with relationships means this. You assess value coldly. You don't confuse shared history with shared destiny. Just because someone was there in your past doesn't mean they belong in your future. You don't need to scream. You don't need to announce cuts. You just quietly shift access. Less of you to the wrong people, more of you to the right ones. Protect your secrets. Stop oversharing your plans with people who don't even respect themselves. Stop trying to inspire those who enjoy their own misery. Stop expecting loyalty from those who can't even be loyal to their own goals. Untouchable men have selective access. Not everyone gets your time. Not everyone gets your energy. Not everyone gets your story. You can be kind, but you must be filtered. The world is full of users. Test people. Observe them. Give small tasks. See how they handle pressure, boundaries. No. Machiavellian dark psychology says, assume everyone is capable of selfishness. Then reward the rare ones who rise above it. That way, your alliances are earned, not given. And when storms arrive, you're surrounded not by dead weight, but by soldiers. Number 7, discipline is the bridge from who you are to who you claim you want to be. Negligence burns that bridge every day. You say you want to be powerful, but your habits betray you. Late nights wasted, mornings lost, food that slows you, content that numbs you, people that drain you. You're not unlucky, you're undisciplined. Machiavelli respected fear, but not weakness. He knew rulers were not born. They were forged in discomfort, in repetition, in sacrifice. You want to be untouchable? Start by becoming predictable to yourself. When you say you'll do something, do it. No negotiation. No bargaining with your laziness. Your mind must learn a new rule. When you decide, it happens. That's how internal respect is built. Every time you break your own word, your mind believes you a little less. A man who does not trust himself will never scare anyone of value. Discipline is not glamorous. Waking up on time, training your body even when you're tired, reading instead of scrolling, working when no one is watching, saying no to quick pleasure so you can say yes to long-term power. It's boring on the outside, but inside something is happening. You are rewiring yourself from fragile to formidable. Dark psychology teaches this. The world preys on the undisciplined. Companies do, addictions do, toxic people do. Entire industries exist because you cannot control your impulses. Every time you give in, someone else gets paid. Someone else gains power. Someone else grows while you shrink. Flip the script. Let others be the product. Let others be the easy target. You will be the exception. A man who can say no to himself is a man no one else can control. Your discipline is your armor. Every rep, every early morning, every hour studied, every temptation resisted, another plate added to your shield. You won't see the full result today or tomorrow. But one day when life hits you hard, you'll stand there solid while others crumble. And you'll know, this is why I trained. Number 8, to be truly untouchable, you must make peace with your own darkness. Not to worship it, to understand it, to control it. Negligence with your shadow makes you dangerous in the worst way. Unpredictable, impulsive, self-sabotaging. You pretend you are all light, all kindness, all purity. Then one day pressure hits, you snap. You say things you can't take back. You destroy what you love. You become the very monster you fear. Machiavelli knew better. He understood that power often requires a cold edge. You don't need to be cruel, but you must be capable. Capable of walking away, capable of enforcing consequences, capable of choosing what is necessary over what is comfortable. Dark psychology is not about becoming a villain. It's about acknowledging that you have sharpness in you. Aggression, pride, ambition. You can't kill those. You can only direct them. Your aggression can be used to fight others, or to fight your own laziness. Your pride can make you arrogant, or it can demand you hold yourself to higher standards. Your ambition can make you manipulative, or it can make you relentless in building something real. Untouchable men do not deny their darkness. They harness it. They know they are capable of vengeance, but choose strategy instead. They know they can destroy, but prefer to build. Yet they never let anyone forget. There is a line. Cross it, and there are consequences. This is why your boundaries must be real, not theoretical. You say, don't talk to me like that, but you stay. You say, if they do it again, I'll leave, but you don't. That is negligence with your own dignity, and people read it. They file it away. He doesn't mean what he says. Machiavellian strength is simple. Mean what you say, and be willing to act on it, coldly, quietly, without drama. That is how your presence becomes a warning without you needing to raise your voice. Number 9, ruin is not always visible. Sometimes it looks like a comfortable life with a dead soul inside. Negligence doesn't just steal your money or opportunities. It steals your edge, your fire, your reason to wake up with hunger. You slowly become a spectator, watching other men build, other men win, other men take risks, fail, rise, and grow. While you sit there, scrolling, commenting, consuming their lives instead of building your own. Machiavelli would call that the ultimate tragedy, a man with potential choosing safety over significance. You are not meant to be soft clay in other people's hands. You are meant to be the sculptor. Yes, the world is ruthless. Yes, systems are rigged. Yes, people betray. And what? You think any powerful man in history had a fair world? No, they learned the rules and then bent them. They studied human nature instead of whining about it. They accepted that life was war and then trained accordingly. You are not special in your suffering. You are not unique in your obstacles. What will make you unique is your response. You either let negligence turn you into a ghost in your own life, or you decide that every day from now on is a counterattack. One more rep, one more risk, one more boundary, one more decision in favor of your future self instead of your current comfort. The path from negligence to power is not mystical. It is made of boring, repeated actions that slowly turn you into someone you would once be intimidated by. That is the goal, to become the man you used to envy. So when people look at you and say, you changed, you can smirk and think, I finally stopped being negligent with my own life. Untouchable is not a label. It's a state earned through scars, discipline, and ruthless self-respect. Number 10, listen carefully. This is the part you will remember or you will forget and fall back to sleep. From negligence to ruin, the road is easy, soft, crowded. From negligence to power, The road is brutal, lonely, but worth it. Machiavelli's eyes would see you not as you are, but as what you could become if you stop betraying yourself. A man whose time is guarded, whose emotions are mastered, whose alliances are chosen, whose habits are weaponized. A man who can walk away from any situation that insults his value. A man who can lose everything external and still remain intact internally. That is untouchable, not invincible, human, bruised, tested, but not owned by anyone, not seduced by cheap validation, not steered by random impulses. You will make mistakes. You will fall. You will have nights where the old version of you whispers, "Relax, skip it. You can always start tomorrow." That voice is ruin speaking. You answer with action. You get up. You do the work anyway. You keep your word to yourself anyway. You enforce your standards anyway. Over time, something shifts. People feel it. They sense the steel behind your calm, the calculation behind your kindness, the distance behind your smile. You are not cold because you hate the world. You are focused because you refuse to be destroyed by it. This is your turning point. Either this is just another video you forget, or it becomes the moment you drew a line between who you were and who you are becoming. If you're ready to keep sharpening this edge, to keep learning how to think with power, act with precision, and live untouchable, then don't just disappear. Stay in the arena. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next, because the world is not slowing down, and neither should you.